All right. So once you download and install, I will request you to open that. And this is how the view would appear. This is the console window. This is the global environment space. And you have a lot of other options available here. Over a period of next 30 hours or 40 hours or 50 hours, we would be exploring this also in detail. When you open R for the first time, this is the view that you would see. If you want to open a new script window, you can do a drop down here and click on R script. And you would see the script window here. If we want to load any data set into our RStudio rather, you can click on the drop down here, import dataset from local file. You can actually choose the destination on where you have placed the dataset, and you can refer to that. Here, look at this, it is in .csv format. Only if the datasets are in .csv format, you can use this drop-down function of RStudio and load this dataset into R. And the name of the file is MBA. By default, that would be the name of the file also. Yep, and this is how it would appear. The moment I click on import, you should notice that there will be two functions which would be triggered on the console. There we go. So there are two functions which got triggered. Let me choose a different color. The function that got triggered is read.csv. Because you're reading a CSV file, it is read.csv. And within this brackets, you need to provide the location, the path on where you have saved the file, along with the name of the file. Yeah. Now, this R language is similar to any other language. Like I'm communicating in English now, right? I'm communicating in English so that you might understand the language. On similar lines, you need to communicate with R in a language which it understands. But R programming is as simple as English language. That is what my personal feeling is. Yeah. So read.csv. Say I give you XLSX file. How would you read it? It should be read.xlsx. Job done. That is how simple your R programming would be. And this read.csv is called as a function. These are the terminologies that you need to remember. This is called as a function. And here, this less than and minus sign is called as assignment operator. You can also use an equal to sign instead of this. Instead of less than and minus, you can also use an equal to sign, but this is the best practice. This is not recommended for coding in R. This is not the best practice. And this is getting assigned, this data set that you're reading is getting assigned to an object called MBA. It is getting assigned to an object called MBA. And that is what is appearing here. Also, there is another function that got triggered, which is called as view MBA. This function would show you this data set that you have just loaded here. In the script window pane, it will show you this. And V is in caps. If you write the function in this way, it would throw an error. It should always be in caps when it comes to this function called view. What does this imply? This implies that R is case sensitive. R is case sensitive. All right. A few more things. a few more preliminaries that you should be aware of are as follows. Here we have 773 observations. That means you have 773 rows. Rows, observations, entries, or records all mean the same. And you have three variables: data serial number, work experience, and GMAT. These are columns, so the variables are also called as columns. Now, another thing that you need to be aware of here is, if you want to refer to any of these column names, it has to be MBA dollar that value. For example, if you want to refer to data serial number, it would be MBA dollar data serial number. If you want to refer to work experience column, which is there in this data set called MBA, it would be MBA dollar work experience. And if you want to refer to this column called GMAT, which is there in this data set called MBA, it will be MBA dollar GMAT. Yeah, this is how you refer to the various columns which are available in this data set called MBA. This is the basics of our programming that you should be aware of.